Welcome to GNN World News. I'm your host Steve Dugan. In a special edition of GNN World News, we will talk about the parents who have notoriously abused their children. There have been multiple cases of parents punishing their children to the extreme, and treating the children worse than Adolf Hitler and Jeffrey Dahmer combined. Some have punished their children over an innocent mishap. The worst part of all, they give the children the infamous punishment day, which is considered child abuse and torture. The parents even have accomplices, young and old, who are involved in abusing kids, such as helping with a punishment day or snitching on the victims to their abusive parents. The punishments the parents give have fallen under the category of pure torture, such as assault, force of victims to do stuff against their will, beatings with hammers and more. The child abuse victims include Gumball Watterson, Darwin Watterson, Nick, last name unknown, a Jigglypuff, Dipper Pines, Mabel Pines, Parappa the Rapper, and plenty more. The parental prime suspects include Nicole Watterson, Richard Watterson, Luiz and Angelica, last names unknown, Jigglypuff's parents whose names are unknown as well, Dipper and Mabel Pine's father, and Parappa the Rapper's parents whose identities are unknown at this time as well. And plenty others are yet to be identified. The sibling prime suspects involved in the victim's abuse include Anais Watterson, Mabel Watterson, Darwin Watterson, Lanais Watterson, Pablo Fitzgerald, Lulu, last name unknown, Lipper Pines, Fable Pines, and the sister of Parappa the Rapper whose identity is unknown at this time. The victims are also not safe from law enforcement in their own towns. There are even several corrupt officers who are involved in abusing the victims by snitching on them to their parents, bringing the victims to their parents by force, arresting the victims as opposed to the abusive parents, committing and allowing child abuse in their towns, and even police brutality and corruption. The corrupt officers are identified as a donut sheriff, a burger cop, a coffee cup cop. The human officers are identified as Officer Jorge, Manuel, Alberto, Carlos, and Diego. Other suspects have mostly snitched on the victims to their parents, and there are too many to list them all. We'll now show examples of the parents abusing their children. Due to the distressing nature of the images, we are unable to show any video footage of the victims' abuse. So we will only show still images of the victims' abuse by their parents. What you're about to see will be disturbing and upsetting to witness. Viewer discretion is very strongly advised. As you can see in this image, Nicole Watterson is about to give Gumball a punishment day for puking on her. Such punishments include removing his clothes down to his underwear, destroying his room, and having Gumball's girlfriend Penny Fitzgerald beat him up while he was in his underwear. And here she is fleeing the scene of the crime. Penny Fitzgerald is also among the wanted criminals the police will be searching for. Next we have Gumball getting another punishment day, but this time he was not alone. Darwin also received a punishment day by their abusive family, with punishments including getting shrunk down by the psychopath father Richard, having Penny Fitzgerald throw the shrunken boys across the room, after which she fled the scene of the crime once again, and getting pooped on by the psychopath mother Nicole. And from the looks of this, the Watterson family are the most infamous for giving Gumball and Darwin punishments. They are currently on FBI's most wanted list. Next we have Nick getting a punishment day by his psychotic family, led by his father Luz, with punishments including changing his voice, making his body frail as an old and rotten stick, and having their daughter Lulu attack Nick, after which they forced him to crawl back to his room despite having broken bones in his body. They are second to the Wattersons on the FBI's most wanted list. Next we have a Pokemon that is a Jigglypuff getting a punishment day by its parents. Such punishments include changing his voice, making him fat, and making the Jigglypuff fall to the ground after getting rid of the sofa. The Jigglypuff's parents as well as its trainers are third on FBI's most wanted list. Next we have Dipper and Mabel Pine's father, whose identity is currently unknown and will be referred to as Mr. Pines, giving his two kids a punishment day, with punishments such as pooping on them, shining a bright light in their faces, throwing them in an indoor tornado, and throwing them up in the air sky high. Mr. Pines is fourth on FBI's most wanted list. He is also rumored to not even be the real father of Dipper and Mabel and kidnap them. And finally, we have Parappa the Rapper getting a punishment day by his psychopath parents and sister. Their identities are also unknown at this time of recording. Such punishments include destroying his room, pooping on him, changing his voice, and dropping Parappa the Rapper from a 2-story window. Parappa the Rapper's family is 5th on FBI's most wanted list. That is about all we can show, because this will be a lot more upsetting and heartbreaking than it already is for some viewers. When we return, we will talk with some interviewers who want to give their opinion on the punishment days that have been happening as of late. GNN News will be right back after a word from our sponsors. So stay tuned.